Okay. All right. Right on. Well, hey guys, thanks for jumping on with us tonight. We're going to go ahead and cover some social media tips, how you can gain more interaction on your posts, which is seriously like what we do to get people interested. When people start commenting on our posts, that's like, hey, give me more info. What is this? Kelsey's messing with all the settings. So right now we see Randy on the big screen.
Hold on, I'm going to stop recording and then we'll just clip it. Never mind.
Well,
I don't know how to. Oh, here we go. There we go.
Okay,
sorry.
Right
Okay, we're actually going to start now. 7:07.
Yep. Cool. So, do you want to go ahead and start it off?
Utah time, right?
Yeah, that's right. Mormon Standard Time.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay, we're going to mute you guys if you want to talk. If you have something to add as we start talking, or if you have questions. There's just a few of us, so just unmute yourself or raise your hand or say something in the chat, whatever.
Yeah.
We can make this a little bit more of a discussion if you guys do want to speak up, if you have questions and stuff.
Yeah, this one's going to be a little bit slower, or I'm sorry, faster than most of them, just because we're focusing on only one theme. So feel free to ask questions along the way. But yeah, so what we're doing, just so you guys know, is we're building the foundation right now so that once we've built this, you've got a good training on social media. And then what we plan to do in the future is just do live social media power hours where we're actually putting into place what we've learned. So I just want to give you guys the next step, which is interaction on your posts.
Well, posting is the big part.
Well, we talked about posting last week, though.
No, we talked about list building.
I thought we talked about types of posts.
No, we didn't. That was, so, Kenny.
Okay, go ahead.
In the first video we did an overview. So we kind of introduced you guys to the ideas that we're going to build upon. And then last week we went over the first one, which was building your list and interacting with the people in those lists. And today we're going to talk about posting. And posting is the biggest. Can you tell Kenny and I didn't go over each other's notes?
You have been wifed, Kenny.
I know, I'm just going to shut up. I'll just sit back.
Well, I've taught Kenny everything he knows about social media, so anything he has to say, it'll be right. It's just maybe not in the right order. So once you've built those lists and you do a little bit of interacting, the next thing to do is your actual posting. And the way I like to think of it is your posting on social media is you turning on your open sign. If you had a brick and mortar business and you were just hitting the ground running and wanting to drive business, to get people to come into your store, you would turn on your open sign. If you turn it off, people aren't going to come in. If you're not advertising, you're not going to get that business. So posting is one of the main ways that you can turn on that open sign, get the interest in your content, and get those potentials to start talking to you. So with posting, we talked about it a little bit last week. One of the very first things you want to do is that interaction. So we recommend interacting like 10, 15 minutes beforehand. So if you missed that recording last week, we're setting up a YouTube playlist. So all these are getting added. I will send that into the Dynasty chat when this is over. If you missed that, go watch it. It'll tell you a little bit more about who to interact with and what to do with your interactions.
And another cool thing about or something that you need to take into account is that Facebook has a ton of algorithms, things that actually will make it so people can see your content. I don't know if you ever noticed when you go to your Facebook page or your home page, you only see like maybe 15 to 20 of your friends, but that's it. So our goal is to get you into that 15 to 20 for all of your friends. It's a pretty big goal, but when you're getting in front of hundreds of people, it's going to improve your success. So the thing about algorithms, though, is they're always changing. Facebook is just constantly changing what makes you popular. At one point, it could be doing Facebook Live videos. It could be tagging yourself at a location, a status feeling, like I'm feeling excited in my post. There's a lot of different things that Facebook will kind of gamify to make it so you can appear more popular. And the thing is, we're not going to be able to always stay on top of all of them. So the best we can do is get to the fundamentals, understand the basic things that affect it, and just run with those. And so some of the basic things that affect it is, tagging yourself at a location. It's creating a status feeling. Emojis are huge.
Facebook wants you to use their features. Anytime Facebook rolls out a new feature, like the colored backgrounds that aren't so new anymore, but anytime they roll out a feature, if you're using that feature, your stuff's going to get boosted and more people are going to see it because they want people to see, hey, look at this new feature that we rolled out. They're using you to advertise what they've done. So biggest thing is staying consistent with your posts. That will always help your position in the algorithm. So staying consistent and then just staying relevant. So, and being nice. When people comment on your post, it's extremely important to comment back. That makes it look like you're a nice person. You're able to have conversations with people, and that's what they want. They want you guys to be talking back and forth. So anytime someone comments on your stuff, immediately, well, not necessarily immediately, but within good time, like and comment back. So we'll go into that a little bit more at the end. But first, if you guys joined us on the first one of these trainings that we did, we talked about the different types of posts that you should be making and how often. So we're going to go over that again, talk about when to post, and then we'll talk about all the fun little tips and tricks for posting.
Yeah. Something important that I want to put out there is do not market yourself as just like an ad generator. Like if I go to your Facebook wall and all I see is links to articles or basically things that say, hey, give me your money, I'm probably just going to go somewhere else.
Probably going to block you.
So we want to be appealing. Like if you go to Kelsey's Facebook or mine, we talk about IML, but a lot of the time we're posting other stuff too.
Well, I think,
so we look like real people.
I think something that's important is we really don't say the words iMarkets Live very often.
Yeah.
If you're throwing out your company name and constantly sharing corporate images and stuff, you start to look like a corporate advertising page. And people don't want to be friends with a corporate advertising page. People literally pay to remove ads from their entertainment resources. So you don't want to be another one of those ads in their feed being annoying and not giving them any value. Got the link to the boost. Great. Thank you, Randy.
Cool. You got it, man.
Sorry,
I want to say this. So, guys, what are you going to post about? We're going to post about the F words. What does that mean? Friends, family, freedom, fun, food, fashion, funny, Forex. Mm-hmm. So those are things that we can post about.
Another one I didn't put on the notes is face. People want to see your face. So selfies, pictures of you with your kids, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you can incorporate that with family and funny and all those other ones. But F words, it's a good thing to remember is just stick to those F words and you'll be golden. That's what drives interaction. That's what people want to see.
Yep. So guys, remember, if you jumped on our very first one of these, there's 4 types of posts. So if you've got pen and paper, let's go ahead and write these down. First one is personal. Okay. So these are things about your life. So your interests, like if you like hiking, you have dogs, you go to the dog park, you've got kids, you went out to eat somewhere, really just anything that's personal to you. Those are the types of posts that we're looking for right there. And that's what makes you real. Mm-hmm. When people go to your page, they're like, oh, I'm friends with Shane. I know him from back in high school. Yeah. Still the same guy. Like he's not just trying to sell everybody on something. Like he's still doing cool things. So
man, we went to different schools.
Probably.
Now
we're like way dark.
That's not the one I meant to turn off. Sorry, I was getting sick of that light. So that's true. You want to be personal. You want to show who you actually are. One thing I talked about last week when we were talking about growing your network and list building is if you're adding people from interest groups, like I use the example of my dog moms group, even though I already would post pictures of my dogs all the time, I make sure to do that so those people see it and they know I'm adding them so we have things to talk about, like we have things in common. So I want them to see those posts that they will enjoy and that they will want to keep returning to my page to see.
Yep, cool. So that's personal, pretty simple. So make sure you're throwing those in with your normal posts. The next is going to be business posts. So these can be team building, calls to action.
So what these really are is you putting it out there what you're looking for in your team. If you're joining this Zoom just to get some help getting your 2 and free, then this one's not really for you. This is for IBOs. These are usually pretty simple. You make it very clear what you're looking for. I'm looking for 2 people who want to work from home trading the Forex. Or I'm looking, I don't know, you can get a little more creative than that. But these are pretty straightforward, putting it out there, saying that you're looking to grow your business, you're looking for new business partners.
And one of the reasons why we throw these in that mix is because there are some people who are sitting on the fence that literally are just waiting for that little nudge to like get started. Like I talked to someone the other day who's been following me and Kelsey for the last 3 months since I started working with iMarkets Live. And it's not until I actually texted that person because they need me for something else that they told me, yeah, I've been watching you and I want to do it. So I was like, okay, great, let's get started. So calls to action is bringing people out of the woodworks who are already interested and hopefully getting some engagement so that they can actually get started with it. So that one's pretty simple too.
With business posts, we don't do them super often. So I guess we should say how often we do them. Personal posts every day, at least once a day, if not more. Business posts, maybe once a week-ish. Those start to look like ads if you do them too often, and it starts to look like you're trying to build a pyramid scheme. So keep those pretty infrequent compared to the other stuff.
Yeah. One of my recent business posts was wanting to help 15 people retire for the year. So looking for people who want to retire in 2018. And that was my version of a business post. So does that come off as pyramid scheming or, you know, trying to take people's money? Not really. It's more like I'm trying to give help and I'll provide a solution to that.
But also staying a little bit mysterious. People that aren't watching us super closely will be like, oh, well, what can you do to help me with that? And it opens the door to have that conversation and to grow that potentials list. So keeping things a little bit vague, but not super vague where it looks like you're being sketchy. Yeah. You wanna make sure you're not crossing either one of those lines.
Yep. The next one is going to be product posts. So this is results. I know Shane, you had some awesome results today. Congratulations. There's a lot of
about 130 pips so far.
Nice. That is awesome. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, that's really cool. Kelsey's up $70 almost on some Bitcoin trades she was doing.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah. So this stuff is literally like going to the candy store. You throw these up on your Facebook wall and people are just scrambling like, what is this? Like, what are you doing? How are you making all this money?
What app is that?
What app is that? Get that one all the time. And it just really opens the door for a lot of potential customers to come in. So it's important to do product posts. I usually do just a screenshot of what I've made for the day. And always remember, put in the title or in the description, the disclaimer, past profits don't guarantee future ones. That way we don't get shut down.
I don't want to use, I'm looking for a better word than twist. I've had a long day at work, so my vocabulary is going down the hill. I personally twist that a little bit to explain, past profits don't guarantee future profits, which is why we're focusing so heavily on education and learning this skill. Because I'm not going to rely on someone else to trade for me. I'm learning, especially because I know past profits don't guarantee future profits. So you can say it in a way that's not like, but hold on, this isn't always real. Because sometimes if you just copy and paste the one that gets shared a lot, it can deter people. So there's ways with marketing where you can say it, you can be compliant, but you can also show the benefit and show why that disclaimer is really just you being straight up and honest about what to expect.
Cool. And then you don't just have to post your results from your trading, like your screenshot. You can do like using one of the tools that the company offers. I won 10 out of 12 trades. Maybe you're using a web analyzer like Dave was doing, like he won. Shoot, there was a week where he won like 30 out of 32 trades with the harmonic scanner. And then he's been doing a lot of web analyzer stuff too and been winning quite a bit. So you can do stuff like that too, just to kind of like generate interest. Like, whoa, you won 10 out of 12 trades? Well, shoot, if you can do it, maybe I can do it.
It's 120 so far today, 21. It's insane.
It's amazing.
Wow. Yeah.
I am liking that things are turning around. It's making me happy.
Well, I think what we've learned is that the tools for actually trading, so you use the web analyzer, harmonic scanner, and I don't want this to be a training video at all, but
we can do one of those later.
What we found is that if we rely more on ourselves and these tools and combine the two and the education, we're going to have more success than if we just rely on a mere trader. So the mirror trading can be good, but I think there's people who are having way more success with actually doing their own trades with their harmonic scanner and web analyzers.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Anyway.
Mirror traders won't make you wealthy.
Yeah, that's what we determine. It can be conservative growth, but you're not
still better than leaving your money in a CD.
Oh yeah.
But it's not gonna give you the big bucks. So that's why education is key. But you guys know that. We're not pitching. So
Cool. All right, and then the fourth post is lifestyle post. This is actually something that's brought us quite a few customers.
This is the bread and butter. Yeah.
People have seen, like Kelsey posted something the other day about how people have seen us when we were broke, when we got married, we eloped, we didn't have money to go on a vacation or honeymoon.
We've never gone on a vacation still. That's changing this year.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we never did. People saw us at the bottom, and then they see where we clawed our way up to the top. I wouldn't even call us the top, but decent area on the mountain.
We're comfortable.
People will see where we've come from, and a lot of people just literally reach out to us all the time. I did a phone call about a week ago with a girl who she basically told us, look, guys, I don't know if this is going to work, but I trust you. I've seen where you've come from, where you're at now. One
of my high school friends, she's watched us for 4 years, and she's never said anything to us. We did another company before this where we did the same types of posts, and we were trying to recruit people, and we were showing our success. But after watching us for more than a year, she finally was like, okay, I trust you, and I want to learn.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So some ideas could be, obviously the pips pay my bills type thing. Mm-hmm. You could say Forex paid for Chick-fil-A today.
Yeah, that one got some fun comments.
Or, paid rent or your phone bill, or you were able to get your new dream car, whatever. That's kind of what we've been doing, but you can do your own. Basically, you're just showing people, because I'm doing this is what I'm getting out of it. Mm-hmm. I'm able to go on a vacation now because of this business.
Yeah. Important ones with lifestyle. So you share your why you're doing this, what it's going to do for you, your motivation behind the business and the trading. You can share your story, where you've come from, where you are right now, where you're going, and then also your wins. So yes, pips pay my bills, stuff like that. Lifestyle also, you don't always have to talk about money and buying things. You're literally talking about your lifestyle. So Kenny, since he's able to do this full time now, he posts a lot about being able to take our dogs to the park during the day, which is not something he's been able to do before now. Stuff like that. It really is just sharing your lifestyle. How has your lifestyle changed since you started doing this trading or building this business? It doesn't have to be astronomical either. Literally, I made a post saying I bought Chick-fil-A with my Forex profits, and that was $15. You don't have to pretend to be something you're not. Be authentic. Yes, your wife should make you cry. That's very true. But be authentic. Don't be fake. People can read right through that. And honestly, if you're being authentic, you'll be able to look back with your Facebook memories and see your whole progress. And that's really cool. We joined our last company this month last year, and I'm starting to get all those Facebook memories showing where we were, and it's been really fun. So that's one thing I see a lot is people trying to copy the leaders that they follow, but doing it the wrong way, using their leaders' lives, not their own, and it looks tacky. I actually know someone who copied and pasted a post from one of their top leaders and left in the words something, they were talking about their son. This person doesn't have a son. They only have daughters. So you could tell that this person was totally lying, copied and pasted this lifestyle post that one of the top leaders made, and it was BS, and everyone knew it and called her out on it. So don't do that. Be authentic, especially when you're showing your lifestyle, because that's what, that's what people can see through that, especially the ones that know you.
Cool. So those are the 4 types of posts. If you have questions about those, leave them in the comments below. We'll try to answer them. This next section we'll go through pretty quickly. This is just when to post.
I want to say one more thing about what types of posts. Sorry, we wrote down 4, and we talked about 4 last time, but I had an afterthought of one. I don't know if I'd call this its own type of post, because you should try to do this with almost every post you do, but you want it to be an engagement type of post where you're actually asking a question at the end, or you're posting something that's powerful enough to make people comment. Questions are huge. We talked about that a little bit. Asking for advice. People always want to give their opinion. But engagement posts, they do those funny things where they say answer with a GIF comment. Those always get tons of interaction. If you're asking, what's the best place to get my tires changed, stuff like that. You'll always get tons of interaction on posts like that. So engagement posts, throw those into when you feel like your algorithm's starting to slow down and you're not getting as much interaction as you'd like. Those types of posts can really help boost you back up.
Yep, those are huge. Mm-hmm. So make sure you write that down and do those occasionally, because they're going to be very helpful. All right, cool. So let's jump into when you should be posting, guys. This is so easy. Depending on how much you want to post, I would say bare minimum, try to do 3 a day. Okay, what times of day? Well, think about when are people available to be looking at Facebook? Before they go to work, while they're at lunch at work, and after work.
When are you available to post on Facebook? It's during those times too. Yeah. There's a top leader in this company, Samantha Webb, who said you should be posting every time you sit down for a meal.
That's a good way to do it. So those are the times you should post. You're going to get the most interaction. If you want to do kind of like a case study, what you can do is get on Facebook at those times, and in your messenger, it'll tell you how many people you have that are active. Mm-hmm. And so if you want to try to figure out, okay, when do I have the most exposure, then you can just go ahead and do your own little study to see if, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 7 p.m. are the best times for you. But if you don't want to, just literally morning, lunch, and evening, throw something up there.
Mm-hmm. 5 o'clock is usually a really good time, right? Well, between like 5:30 and 6, right when people get off of work. This is what caught me. My friend was posting, and I saw her post about her business right after a very stressful day at work, and I was like, okay, I've had enough. I want to learn more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always say that's kind of the golden window. Morning, I usually do some type of inspirational quote or something, and I consider that a lifestyle post because it's mindset, and I want people to know that my lifestyle, I'm setting myself a higher bar and getting in that right mindset. So yeah, sorry, going back to the last point, but breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then the case study. If you're busy, like me, I post on social media all day, every day. I usually do more than 3 posts because I'm an addict. It's probably something I should calm down a bit with, but.
Yeah, we don't call it Facebook in this house. We call it face crack because it's like crack. She just can't get enough of it.
Even before business, I had a serious Facebook addiction, but at least now it's productive. I always joke and I say about a year ago, a little bit before that, when the election cycle was happening and all of that, I used to piss people off on Facebook with my political posts. And then, I was always, when I first started network marketing, I was like, oh crap, like I can't do that. I don't want to make people mad. And then I started slowly doing it, started posting a little bit here and there, and I realized I'm not getting angry comments. No one's being a jerk to me directly to on my feed. So it's actually better. I felt more at peace being that annoying person in the Facebook feed than I felt posting all my political agenda stuff. That's one thing we probably should have written that down under the what section. There's a few things you should avoid. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but this is a good point to bring up. I'm very passionate about politics, but I will never again post about politics on my Facebook profile page because I am trying to brand myself. And I could brand myself as this political activist, but it's really hard because you'll always find people on both sides, people in the middle also. You'll never be able to make everyone happy with those types of posts. If you do them, keep them extremely respectful and monitor the crap out of the comment sections, or you'll get a lot of pissed off people, a lot of people unfriending you. And yeah, that might be really good for your algorithm, but it's not going to be good for business. So stay away from that. Politics and religion, yeah, which I need to work on that one a little bit more. Well, religion, like anti-religious stuff. I think a lot of people share about their faith, but in a more general way. They don't share, like they're not preaching, they're just sharing what being spiritual has done for them. Like Brandon Boyd is a good example of that. He does post about his faith sometimes, but it's not in your face. Anyone that's on his page that isn't the same religion as him would never be offended by the content that he's posting.
Cool. And then also just make sure every time you're about to post, interact with people about 5 to 10 minutes before. So just scroll through the feed, emojis, quick comments,
Or be intentional with it, like we talked about. If you want specific people to be looking at your posts, then be intentional. Go directly to their pages and interact with their stuff, and then the chances of them seeing your post are higher.
Yep. Cool. So that's that section. We've discovered what to post, when to post, and you want to finish this up here?
Yeah, so now we're just going to talk about the last few tips and tricks when it comes to posting. We've mentioned a few of them. If anyone else has anything that's worked for them, feel free to speak up and let the others know.
Oh, I want to share mine.
Okay.
Cool. So this is something that Kelsey taught me, and I'll let her finish after this. But this is what I do when I post. Because when you, let's say you've got a lot of interaction, you post your status right here, but over the course of an hour, it's just slowly going down in everybody's feed, so it's becoming less and less popular. One of the tricks that I'll use is when it starts to get closer to 45 minutes to an hour, if not very many people are posting on my status anymore, I'll go through and like every single comment on there. And that's going to shoot me all the way back up to the top so people start seeing my stuff again. And then if another half hour, 45 minutes, hour goes by, we're starting to slow down, what I'll do is I'll go back into the people that I like their comments and actually comment on those things. And I'll do let's say I get 10 comments on my post, I'll go half of them, wait 45 minutes, go comment on them to boost myself back up, then go on the other half, like them. And what it does is it basically throughout the entire day, my post keeps getting bumped right back up to the top of the algorithm.
If you open Facebook right now, I'm sure at least one of the first 10 you see will be from a few hours ago. And the reason you're seeing it is someone just recently commented. Sometimes you'll be scrolling on Facebook and you'll see something from 4 years ago, and it's because someone was being a creep and went and commented on someone's picture from 4 years ago. And that's literally what's happening. It's getting reintroduced into that algorithm. It makes it realize, the Facebook algorithm says, hey, this person's relevant right now. People are commenting on this. Let's get more people to look at it because obviously it's worth it. If it is set to top post and not, yeah, that's true. I'm talking about just when you open Facebook on your phone. Top posts, that's actually one of the things I want to talk about next. I have quite a few people that I follow, and I click the see first button so I can see their posts every single time I immediately open Facebook. There's a couple network marketing people, like Eric Worre, the network marketing pro guy. I follow him and I see his stuff every time I open Facebook. I follow Brandon and his wife, and I follow, who else? Samantha Webb, Jason Brown.
And these are for ideas on what to post. Kind of see what the top dogs are doing and
what's working for them.
Do the same thing, but don't copy and paste like we learned a minute ago.
Copying and pasting is actually really bad for your algorithm. Do you ever see those chains where people comment, they copy and paste the same stuff, and it's a chain message kind of, but it's a status. The one that cracks me up is the one where people copy and paste it, and it's this message that basically says, hey, Facebook just changed its algorithm. Not sure if you knew about that. Can you comment below and tell me if you can see this? And they literally just copy and paste it. Everyone I know in network marketing uses this, and it's guys, copying and pasting actually kills your algorithm. It's not a good thing. You want to be original, and plus those posts are tacky. Everyone knows what you're doing. So one thing that I do when I see posts that I really like or that are doing really well for other leaders, I save it. If you guys don't know how to save a post on Facebook, there's the 3 little dots or the arrow on the post. I think on the phone it's 3 dots, on the computer it's an arrow. If you click that in the top right-hand corner of the post, you'll have the option, there'll be a couple different options, but one of them is save. And then once you save it, you can create different categories to add it to. I have one for recipes and stuff that look good, and I have one for post ideas. And when I am sitting down to make a post and I can't think of anything, I use one of those. I make it sound like it's me. My rule of thumb for that is I have to change at least 50% of the words and 50% of the emojis. Otherwise, the person will know I'm copying them, which it's not good for either one of our algorithms. And also, I want to be original. I want it to sound like me. So yeah, cool. You can copy people, just make sure you're copying their ideas and not their actual wording.
Yep. Cool.
Kind of like how I passed college classes. It's not really plagiarism if you say it in your own words, right?
You never did any of that. All right. No, go ahead.
Going along with that, another thing you can do is save your own posts that work well and reintroduce those a couple weeks later, a couple months later. If you post something and it's working and it's driving results, save that and revisit it, because it's content that's going to drive results again the next time you post it. Don't do that I wouldn't do that super frequently, or people will catch on and be like, hey, this is annoying, you just did this. Yeah. But like once a month or once every couple of months, you can cycle through some of that content because it's still going to be relevant.
Cool. Awesome, guys. So the point of all this interaction is because the more people, just like with the analogy of having a brick and mortar building, more people who enter your business, they're more likely to buy something. So the more people who are seeing your content are more likely to reach out or say they're interested and be able to bring in new leads for you. So, and it's important to know that this works. So to let you know that it works, I've been doing this, and you can go look at everything that I've done. All of it's public, and that's another thing. Make sure when you're posting stuff, you have it set to public and not to private or to friends only. But to know that it works, this month alone, just from doing what we're telling you to do, I've signed up 17 people, and they've all come to me. And it's just been from doing this little thing. It's so simple. Like, I don't reach out to anybody. They always come to me.
Our last business, we had to cold message people. We didn't have to, but that's how it got. We were trying to sell people these products, but we couldn't. Even though we were posting and seeing some results with our posts, we just couldn't generate enough interest to get people coming to us and begging for information. We were selling them lotions and pills and stuff. They weren't desperate for that information, but when they see what we're doing here with IML, people really want it. So if you post the right way, it will boost your business like crazy.
Absolutely.
Okay, the next one, we talked about this for a minute earlier, emojis and colored backgrounds and tagging your location. I always tag Kenny in my posts because not only will I reach all of my audience, I'll also reach his. If you have a spouse that's supportive of you building your business, you can do that to reach their friends as well. And I don't know, if you're with someone, you can tag them as well.
I wouldn't just start tagging.
No. Don't tag randoms because that's that's weird.
I've had people tag me in their posts with like 40 other people, and it's just like, dude.
Yeah. When Facebook sees that also is not favored by the algorithm, so don't do that. It's tacky.
If you use pictures, just make sure they're like really clean pictures. You don't want something that's fuzzy or too dark. So make sure you edit it a little bit, make sure it looks crisp and clear.
Natural lighting is your best friend when you're taking pictures. When you're doing attraction marketing, you want your stuff to look pretty, right? Like you want it to catch people's eye and to look nice and inviting. Like right now, if we were to take a picture, I would not post this because it's way too blurry and the lighting sucks. Yeah. So you just want to be careful. Kai, come on, dude. So with pictures, just try to make them look a little bit better. You can use some photo editing apps to brighten it up and make it look a little more natural too. Best thing I found for it is the camera on my new iPhone. It's been great.
Cool. Awesome, guys. Well, that's all we had for that, right? No. Is there anything else? I thought we just talked about this.
The boost group. I wanted to talk about the boost group real quick. We've talked a little bit about how when you have more traffic on your post, it gets boosted to the top of the Facebook algorithm. One of the things that we're doing to kind of take advantage of that and to help everyone's posts do better and to get more traffic is the boost group. I think all of you that are live right now are on that. Maybe not Logan. I don't know. But if you're not in that, we can send you the link. Randy just sent it to the Dynasty chat also. And the purpose of this group is when you make a Facebook post, you share it to that group in Telegram, and then those people will go like and comment on your post. The thing about the Facebook algorithm, we talked about it for a minute earlier, but I'm trying to remember the numbers. When you post your original post, when you click submit or whatever, you've got about 60 seconds where it's in everyone's feed, and then it's gone. And then it sticks around for about 8% of your friends list. If you don't have that many friends, that's not that many people, and your chances of getting a prospect from that go way down. So the purpose of the boost group, if you get 10 likes and 10 comments in your first 60 minutes after you post that content, it'll boost it back up to way more people. And the more likes and comments you get, it continues to get pushed up to the top. But that's what we're using that for. As a team, we're just supporting each other, driving that traffic to each other's posts. It's kind of small right now, so we're not getting the full 10 just yet. But as the team grows, we'll get more people in that chat and more people boosting each other's posts.
So the strategy would be pretty simple, right? So you want to make a post, you create it, share the link in the Boost Telegram chat. Then when people go through and like and comment, now you've got some comments preloaded so that 30 minutes later, if you want, you could go and like all of them. And then another 30 minutes later, you could go comment on them if you're getting low interaction. So if you use this strategy, people are going to see your stuff. And that's the point of all this. So yeah, if you're not in the boost group, we need to get you in there. And also if you've got people that are interested in building and they want to participate in this, we need to get them in the boost group too, because it's really there to help everybody. It's not directly affecting just one person.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Yeah, even people that just want to do their 2 and free, even if they don't want to build a business, social media can be a great way to get the word out there and to tell their friends what they're doing as kind of just a little side gig. Like, they don't have to be actively trying to build the business to share their post in this group. We'd be happy to help anyone.
Cool.
I
think that's everything.
That is everything.
All right. Awesome.
Oh, man.
If anybody has any comments, feel free, or questions, I mean.
Shane, do you want to be added? We can add you if you want.
Yeah. It's in the Dynasty
fine.
chat. So feel free to jump in.
I will.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hopping on again. I hope you found something of value in tonight's Zoom and that you'll get out there and start applying it right away. And everything that we talk about, you can start doing it right this second. So hope you enjoyed it.
Go make a post, throw it in the boost group, and we'll boost it for you.
Yeah. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.